All right, this is your man, Sir-Earl, coming at you again. Another podcast. Today is Sunday, September 20th. The year, like I said before, the year's flying past, man. It's the ninth month. We only got three more left, and, we're looking at a whole new year. The weather in Chicago definitely is starting to get cool, so starting to go through fall. Our summer here is not that long, maybe, you know, to me, 2 or 3 days. It starts getting cold about now, and we won't see warm weather, clear skies again into probably April or May. We have very, very long winters here. So, got looking forward to that. What I wanted to do, first and foremost, I wanted to give a shout out to my nephew, Reginald Kraft. He's in Atlanta where my sister lives, and he's not doing well. He's in the hospital, and very young man. And I just wanted to send my prayers out to him and my sister and his wife and kids, and get well soon. It's very, very serious heart diseases and heart problems and blood clots and things like that. It's a very dangerous situation. So I just wanted to say, my prayers are going out to him and people that listen that believes that prayer works. I asked them to send up a prayer for him once again. Like I said, his name is Reginald Kraft. He's in Atlanta, Georgia, and he's just, he's fighting. He's a fighter. What that brings to mind is one of the things that I wanted to discuss in my podcast, and that is kids become a reflection of their parents. Okay, we may think the choices and the ways that we think are us as unique as what we do, but what we don't realize and what we should start to understand is that kids are a byproduct of their parents. They follow what you do, not what you say. If you don't want your kids to be alcoholic and a drug addict, don't let them see you being one, because they will follow suit. We do pick up on what our parents do and what we see them doing. When you grow up around it, it becomes a natural tendency to absorb that. I know I have a addiction problem, and not in drugs, please. My addiction is probably to work. I love what I do, but I had addictive parents. They were, at some point in time addicted to alcohol. They didn't think there was. It was just they just drank. And I could have easily, and I did. I used to drink, and I used to get high, and I had to always have a saying: once you know better, you got to do better. So I am a big an addict to success. Now I definitely get up and fight every day and try to fulfill my dreams, and in that process, I try to show my son who lives with me now, um, that you have to have a dream, you have to have a purpose, you have to wake up every day and go towards that purpose. And hard work has never killed anybody. The only way to get where you're trying to go is to work hard. The reason that I bring it up and the reason that it came to my mind is that I just found out about it yesterday. Been sick for about 2 weeks. Um, the last time that I saw him, very much overweight, had gained a lot of fat. And 90% of our health issues, especially as blacks, when you're talking about hypertension, high blood pressure, heart diseases, strokes, aneurysm, things like that, they're caused by our eating habits. Um, and what we have to do as parents, you can't just tell your child to eat healthy. I'm going to make a separate meal for you so it can be healthy, and I'm going to eat this shit over here. It does not work that way. They're going to do what you do. So if you want them to be healthy, you must be healthy. We have to understand as parents. I know when I was younger and I had kids, I felt to be a parent, as long as you can play with them, take it to the park, and buy them shoes and clothes, they would be okay. But what I grew to understand as I grew older, um, we are placed in a position of parenthood by a higher source, whatever you might want to call them. I don't debate with people about their religion. I know I call mine God and Jesus. So I feel we are placed in a position to be a parent to uh, really be a positive force in the upbringing of our kids. So I run into a lot of people who, not only the physical aspect of it, when you look at things like a personal life or business, or they tend to not dream or go out on a dream for fear of not achieving it. Well, you need to understand that you pass that fear down to your kids and they pass it down to their kids. So you're looking at, because of your habits, generations and generations of people that they're going to live a unhappy life because that's what they know. Um, I was told when I was younger that I can achieve anything in life that I want to. I was born to be something special, yada, 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 all the bullshit. Well, what I found out was when I got older, the person that was relaying this message to me, which was my mom, was probably the scariest non-going for it person that you ever want to see in your life. So in that sense, it started me to question a lot of the things that she tells me. I always have this one thing where it's like, you know, when people are active in church, it's through God, all things are possible. Through Jesus, all things are possible. But then in the same breath, you start to come up with all these excuses of why your life is not the way you want it. Well, are you saying it because it sounds good and it's what you should say, or do you believe it? Obviously, if you believed it, you would be in a position to believe that you can achieve anything in life that you want to. You pray to God, you see if it's within His plans for your life, you ask for His guidance, and then you go for it. Fear and faith cannot exist in the same body. You can't say I believe and in the same breath be afraid to try because you don't believe. And saying and doing is two different things. We need more people doing and less talking. I could talk to people all day long that can read and quote every scripture in the world. But at the same time, when you start to question that belief in terms of reality, we're all put on this earth for a special purpose. So there's a saying that everything you need to be successful is already within you. So if you start to believe, we're not supposed to see the whole staircase. We're supposed to take one step at a time, and we're supposed to have the faith within a higher power that they're going to guide us in the right way. You can never see the success or the journey looking forward, but you can always connect it looking backwards. And I try to be a living proof of that every day. I try to definitely have a dream. Like now, for instance, opening up a second gym, which is a very difficult thing to do. But I believe in it. I prayed on it, made it happen. Even with that, it's never easy. Life tests you to see how badly you say it, you want what you want. And so many people either set their goals really low, or they don't set goals and go for it at all. But yet they have the belief that through God all things are possible. Well, if that's the case, then why are you afraid? There's faith and fear cannot exist in the same body. You either have faith or you have fear. And the fact that 87% of the people that work today are unhappy with the work that they do says that there is a huge majority of people that have more fear than faith, but yet they will tell you they have faith. I've run into them all the time. And that's just not to say to own your own business or anything like that. It's like, people stay in miserable relationships because they would rather trust the devil that they know than to trust the devil that they don't know. My whole my whole approach to everything is that you get one life. We're not coming back again, that we know about. And that life, the only thing that can provide success in that life, people measure success in several different ways. My idea of it is to be happy. You should wake up every day and be happy. You shouldn't wake up and hate the person you're waking up next to. You shouldn't be happy and hate the job that you're going to spend the next 10 hours at. You shouldn't wake up and look in the mirror and hate the person that's staring back at you. These things are all choices. You don't have to live that existence that you live, but what do we do? Oh, well, it pays the bill, so I keep the job. I got to take care of my family. Well, you know what? If you make a little bit more, if you make a little less money and you go do something that you love to do, you'll become a better person, and your kids that see that will benefit from it anyway. Money you can't take with you when you go. Money is not a memory. Happiness and setting an example of going out and achieving your dream lays the groundwork for generations that follow you to believe the same thing. So, we have to understand that just like not following healthy habits, eating habits, not working out, smoking, drinking, all these things, our kids are picking that up. So you're passing down destructive habits that are going to be felt long after you're gone. It'll be generations later and they'll still be living the life that you laid for your child. And, generations later, they're still wondering why we have addicts, why we work a job we don't like, why we're overweight. We have to start now. We talk about this nation and, they have this election coming up. And what we look for is a government that's going to do things right by us. We have to start doing things right for ourselves. You have to start this change one household, one family at a time. That's the only way that we're going to get to a point where we have rebuilt a society. That the kids nowadays are lazy. They make excuses. They don't have a good work ethic. Why? Because somewhere along the line, you've convinced them that as long as they go to college, they'll be okay. Well, guess what? When they get their first job, their boss don't feel that way. They're not special to them. They're only special to you. So, I don't care if it's school. I don't care if it's the military. It's create good work ethic, smart habits, respect, all those things that are going to make a more well-rounded person. So they are never going to get that. They spend the majority of their learning years with their parents, mother and father, or whoever, just a mother or just father, it doesn't matter. But you have to remember, they do what you do. They don't always do what you say. So you have to start doing things of what you maybe want to see in this world or from just your family in the next generation or two. What do you want to see? You want to see them being happy? You have to create your own happiness. They'll pick up on it. I was involved in a marriage that was a very tumultuous marriage. There was a lot of violence on both parts. I don't shy away from that. I don't want my son to grow up to feel it's okay to hit women. I don't want my daughters growing up to feel like it's okay to be hit. So I can't just tell you that and you see me every day or whenever doing it. I have to show you. So I chose to I chose to part with a marriage that I have been knowing this person my whole life. But for the betterment of my son and for him to understand, I had to leave that. I didn't know what awaited me, but I am in a relationship and have been for the past 17 years. That is a great relationship. You see the happiness every single day. Not that it's perfect, not that we don't argue. I don't put my hands on her. I don't yell and scream. We work things out, and it's a better marriage. That's what I want my kids to see. It's okay. No, everyone has to work at a relationship, but how are you working at their relationship? Is it violent? Is it confrontational? Is it I'm not giving, you're not giving? That's not what you want. So the happiness and the way that you look at your life and what you feel you want out of life, you have to start doing that to become that example to your child. If you don't trust me, they're going to be like you are. If you are unhappy, they're going to live their life unhappy. If you stay in an abusive relationship, they're going to believe it's okay to be in an abusive relationship. If you're a young man and you smacking your woman around, they're going to feel that it's okay when you get mad to smack around, as opposed to, you have to take responsibilities for your own temperament, and you have to learn the trigger points that will cause it and how to control it. It's never okay to put your hands on anybody. But I can't be doing that and explaining to my son, this is how you should be. He's going to do what I do. It's only natural. That's the way they do. So as parents, we are in charge of how our child grows up and live their life. And we have to start taking that a lot more serious. And as parents, we say we love our kids more than anything. Well, if we love them more than anything, we have to start setting an example. Don't work a job you don't like. Don't be with somebody who doesn't treat you right, that you don't love. Don't eat like shit your whole life because it feels good, because that's what they're going to do. That's why my nephew is in the hospital now. Let's start being a better example to our kids and let our kids grow up and be an example to their kids. We always want to say life is this and life is that. Well, the only way life is going to get better if we make it better. We make it better through changing our decisions. So until next time, this is your man, Sir-Earl, and I'm saying let's be an example to our kids, okay? Let's be an example to the generation that come behind us. And like I said, this is your man. I'm out. Talk to you next week. Peace.